Hey, 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 this is Kurt the Boat Doctor. See, there you go, Boat Doctor. Yep, that's me. Anyway, out here in this 2007, this will be a real nice boat. It's a 2007 20-foot sportsman, I believe. But by the time they clean it up, it's really not that dirty. And we put some bleach in there with that dead crab back there, so now I don't smell it anymore. He's got a VHF. I set the Garmin. I did course over ground and heading because he's got autopilot. So I recalibrated. That was way off. And I kind of went through some settings on the handheld. And it had, I believe, 577 hours on it. Right here. It's got your trim. It's got your, to do volts. You got your fuel. You got your tack. You got your speedo. Cup holders, hydraulic steer, wireless remote, engines over here for the kicker motor, I believe, because this has this built in for the main. This is the kicker controls, so that's for your battery and your engine running. Warning lights, VHFs over there. The 150 did great. I think I'll leave the prop. It just hits the rev limiter, but by the time you put a few people in here, you're going to be about right, so I'd leave the pitch alone. Yeah, a little bit of paint coming off the motor, which I haven't really seen too much. Like I said, that probably was a blister originally from factory, and then it got up underneath and started lifting it. You can vinyl wrap this. There's really no dents in it. So, I mean, just from age, the vinyl on the side kind of got a little crack. It looks like crack or spider checks in the decal. But you can have all that done for like 1,300 bucks. But this is a damn good boat. Autopilot works great. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take these screens off real quick. I don't know what they're going to sell it for, but I mean, if you can buy it right, I mean, this is a hell of a nice boat, especially getting the 150 on it in the autopilot. So then on this, you just turn the key. She fires right up, fuel injected. Then when that's doing that, I'm just going to go ahead and turn this on. Now, if you're not using the autopilot, there's a switch right here. You can turn that on. I wouldn't turn that on unless you're going to be using it on that kicker. Because if you forget and happen to hit engage on that, on this here, which it is separate, unless you run the autopilot tile. Because then if you hit it, but you would have to know you hit it. But if, say, you didn't know when you hit that by accident, engage, that motor would keep running in that up position and could burn out your pump. So I'm not going to use that, so I'm not going to turn that on yet. And I want to show you the heading and course over ground heading. So when you're not using this, when I use this, I use a heading and heading degrees. Now, when I'm just using this, you have to use like the course over ground GPS, because if not, you're not going to have a heading. Like say right here, see how you got a GPS heading and a heading? I just turned this on. Pretty soon this is going to give me a course over ground heading. You'll see two lines sometimes on this, and let me see. So this is correct on that. We go back home, we go back into charts, we go into navigation charts. There we go, because I don't have this one on, so it isn't going to bring that other line up. So that's, we're going to keep right there, and that's GPS course over ground heading 158, which is off because we're not moving. So that number isn't going to be accurate when you just stay here. So what I'm going to do is go over here, and I'll show you once I move. See how that changed to about 250 right over there. And then this would be 0, so I got to speed it up a little bit, and I can head over this way, and it should be about 330 to 325. There's 330, 325. See how that changes when you're moving? And so now I'm going to give it some gas. Whoa, get back here. Oh, shoot. I knew that was going to happen. Trimmer all the way down. Keep the bow down. Hit it. Got plenty of power. If it's hard to go to the left, trim up on the motor. There you go. That's easy. I'm going to pick up speed. We're at 33. I'm sitting here at 6,000 RPM, almost full throttle. 40, about 36, 37. And we'll go faster than that, but right now I don't want to hit it into the rev limiter. That part runs really good. And it doesn't take any time to get this baby up on top. So what I'm going to do is leave this one idling right now. Then what I'm going to do is go over here. I'm going to turn on the VHF. Now I'm gonna use this kicker motor, right? Now see how I'm drifting? So what I'll do is just give this some gas, try to keep it under 7 miles an hour. I'm just gonna keep going just a little bit. That gives me where I can hold this course when I'm gonna set up the autopilot. So I'm gonna trim that down, the kicker, then I'm gonna go ahead and hit the switch to power that on while I'm trimming it down. There, I got it all the way down. Now I'm gonna go ahead and fire it up. There you go. Then I'm going to lift this to see if I... Nope, it ain't running. Huh. See how when you... There you go. Now it's running. There. So now I'm going to give it just enough speed to where when I kick this on autopilot, so right there, it's in gear, right? This is in gear, that's keeping me moving right now. Now I'm gonna go ahead and hit engage. Now I'm on heading hold. Now to get the speed, I gotta go home. I set you up a combo over here, right here. And then you just hit the plus right here, or this. That will speed up your kicker motor, then bring this back, turn it off. Now what you can do is use that main motor to help that autopilot work. So right now, see how we're holding right there? Now see how you got a heading and you got a GPS heading? This heading here, I use when I'm not using this. Now see how I got a heading hold here at 164, 165? You'll see 2 lines here. That other one's the drift point because we're not going beyond a certain speed. So your one on your display here, if I just go this slow, this one here is not going to be accurate. This is accurate at this speed. Now I want to speed it up and you'll see. See how I'm speeding it up? Boom. And now these numbers should get tighter now. See 165, that's going there, 170, we're within 5 degrees. Now I'm looking at that motor and it wanted to help take us this way, so I'm going to steer my main motor until that motor kind of sits there and just goes straight. And then there is in here into a response time right here that you can speed it up or down depending on what weather. Then if you go menu, I got another one where I can go steering mode, setup, display, back, okay. So now we're sitting on this. I'm going to slow this down a little bit. Then I can always go into home again. I can go into autopilot. I can go to menu and I can hit standby pattern steer. Say I want to do a circle. I'm going to go to the port. Then I can adjust the time by going menu and adjust circle. Now in directions, I can even go in reverse with this autopilot. I just switch this to reverse. And go back, or I can go into here and I can control, adjust circle, pattern steer, and so on. Once I get up here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to pattern steer, get this here, I want to do a U-turn. So I'm going to hit a U-turn, engage, and I want to go to the port. Now it's going to spin me around and end up over there. Then you can do zigzags, so on. And then I can go back to combos. I can go into this one. Now it should start straightening us out right here. Heading hold. Pretty cool. See how those lines are matching up? If you look at your numbers, they're going to be, yeah, within 2 degrees. Now I'm going to try something else. Now this you can just keep holding, like say I want to go 100 and say 65. I can just keep tapping that, go here, then it's going to take me 165. So now I'm going to go home, I'm going to go to charts, navigation charts. I'm going to go up here, which I don't think this one has this, but I can go here and I can navigate to route 2. Okay, so what I'd have to do on this, I can make a waypoint, but I could create a route as well. And I can show you that when you get here. You just go to your endpoint and do turn, and then you just go that, or you can track back, like follow that track back as well on your autopilot. And I can show you that whoever buys the boat. So that track line, I can just go back to nav info, then I can go to tracks, and then I can go to active track, follow active track, and then I can go to name right here, 1234, 1145. I can hit that one, just creating that route, and then and then it says, do you want to get a autopilot? And I hit yes. See how it's going to take me back on that track line that I started today. See? It's going to zigzag and take me all the way back and back again. See, now it's going to go in a straight line. So it's pretty cool. Pretty easy too. Now if you want to get out of that, you just go into menu again, stop navigation. This is now in a heading hold, okay. And it's just going to hold me on a heading hold. So it's pretty neat. So that works. So okay, then you go to your handheld right here, and then I paired this with the MFD, so you hit the power button, that turns on, and as soon as you see the writing, hit the 3 line buttons. Now I can actually take this and I can hold it by pointing it and go over here, and you'll see this, how it turned me that way. If I wanted to go a little bit more over, I would just spin this like this and go like this. See how it took me over? Or I can go that way, just point and shoot. Go here, move, hit it. See how it's taking me way because I pointed it way over there? Or you go like, now once it locks into that, you can go 10 over. See how it went to 313? Or you can go single.